Hello, Thunder Bay. Amidst the COVID-19 emergency, we have much to be grateful for in Thunder Bay. Our relative geographic isolation has given us time to be proactive and benefit from the lessons of other urban centers. Perhaps most importantly at this difficult time, it's our partnerships that make us stronger together. With our community partners, we're better positioned to support our vulnerable populations. Very clearly, this is a priority and there is support. The city's role is to bring various community partners together to support those organizations. They are mandated and they are funded to provide appropriate shelter for individuals in Thunder Bay who are homeless. Mainly, this means mobilizing community partners to support the District of Thunder Bay Social Services Administration Board, or DSAB, as the lead agency for housing. The DSAB is the entity the city and area municipalities fund to provide social services in our community, including social housing. The City of Thunder Bay's emergency plan designates the DSAB, which is an outside independent organization, as the lead in supporting our marginalized population when it comes to providing emergency housing and food for the homeless. They have been doing this work since the inception of this crisis. With our partners at the DSAB, we are stronger together as a community to support people who are homeless and to help prevent the spread of this virus. The DSAB is receiving its first installment of just over $584,000 from the province's Social Services Relief Fund to assist vulnerable populations in the District of Thunder Bay. It is anticipated that they will receive a similar amount at a later point in time. These funds can be used towards building homeless shelter capacity, using motels or hotels, housing allowances, transportation costs, food and supplies, enhanced cleaning services, non-medical staffing requirements, protective equipment, in-community housing, and supportive housing to assist with costs, rent bank and emergency energy funds, and community outreach to support seniors in self-isolation. To this point, DSAB has secured access for up to 170 hotel rooms for social distancing and isolation purposes if necessary. They have secured partnerships with community agencies to provide support to people who need to isolate or be quarantined. They have also established the Community Homelessness Prevention Initiative Emergency Pandemic Fund to provide financial support to organizations that are experiencing increased or new costs in supporting people experiencing homelessness or preventing homelessness due to the COVID-19 virus. With federal support, the Lakehead Social Planning Council and the Thunder Bay Indigenous Friendship Center have also received funding targeted to COVID-19 under the Reaching Home program to assist with homelessness. The DSAB, the Lakehead Social Planning Council, and the Thunder Bay Indigenous Friendship Center are our partners at the Vulnerable Populations Table for Shelter. We also have partners focused on both food security and mental health. Local emergency food organizations and community partners are working together to coordinate and address food security and access issues. The Salvation Army and RFDA are coordinating a bi-weekly safe food bank at the CLE grounds beginning this Friday, where they will distribute over 400 food hampers. Roots to Harvest and the Northwestern Ontario Women's Centre are working with the DSAB to provide 120 weekly food hampers to vulnerable seniors. Community partners are working together to deliver over 400 family food packages every week. Local feeding programs like the Dewdrop Inn continue to provide over 400 daily meals. Several other local organizations are preparing and distributing food to meet their clients' needs, and additional food distribution is currently being coordinated for the rural and northern communities. Thunder Bay has always been the city with the giant heart, and it is inspiring to see how many groups have come together to best support those who require access to food. We thank them for their service to our community, and we urge those who are giving of their time to do so safely. Also, it's important to remind everyone that mental health and addiction service providers are open and available. Visit agency websites or 211 North for the most current information on how to access support. For any non-emergency inquiries about community and government services, call 211. 211 Thunder Bay is accessible to all citizens residing in Northern Ontario. You can call 211 directly or visit their website at www.211ontario.ca, where you can chat with someone online or view the services available. With our partners on the Municipal Emergency Control Group, we're stronger to plan as a community, to educate people and to enforce physical distancing. With the Thunder Bay District Health Unit and other community partners, we have developed a process to educate the public on social distancing and enforce compliance on provincial orders. If you have concerns about businesses and individuals not following COVID-19 related orders, call 625-5900 or toll free 1-888-294-6630 to report your concerns. I also want to thank the United Way of Thunder Bay and the Thunder Bay Community Foundation for their collaboration on the COVID-19 Community Response Fund. This fund provides a single place for community leaders, for corporations and individuals to contribute to help ensure that community members affected by the pandemic stay safe and stay healthy and have access to basic needs such as food, clothing, hygiene products, shelter, and crisis counseling. I want to thank everyone who has donated to date. In typical Thunder Bay fashion, our community has really stepped up. In its initial round of funding, the United Way and the Thunder Bay Community Foundation announced grants of $106,000 to 7 local service providers that are working tirelessly to address urgent community needs during the COVID-19 pandemic. I encourage anyone who has the means to consider supporting this important fund. Additionally, the City of Thunder Bay has created a $235,000 emergency fund for current Community Youth and Cultural Funding Program recipients. This is in addition to the annual allocation of $2.7 million earmarked for nonprofit and social service agencies in our community. I realize there are many charities, organizations, agencies, groups, and individuals that are working tirelessly and selflessly to assist those in need in our community. There are simply too many to mention. On behalf of my colleagues on City Council, thank you. Your efforts are greatly, greatly appreciated. Remember, stay home and stay well. Thanks for watching Thunder Bay.